Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Plumlee is checked in for John Henson. Jabari Parker comes in for Monroe. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Indiana also making some changes. Rahimi's checked in for Hill. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And Freak subbed in for Hill. On the court right now for the Pacers. Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Lavoy Allen out there with Mahinmi. And it's Freak in at the one spot.
For Bayless, it was his sixth team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Hill, he's checked in for George.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the chart.
For Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin. Right. How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done. That would be something to see.
Stuckey dishes to Freak. Takes a three. Bayless grabs the board. Bucks leading by 4. In the corner, Mayo with it. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Mayo's got his first basket. The Pacers have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And once again off the mark by Indiana. For Milwaukee, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. They set the screen. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Count that one. Antetokounmpo's got his first 2 points of the night.
Shaked and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
And got him on the wrong foot and then just flew by him.
And that one's good. Freak.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Now Bayless. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Allen passes to Hill. And a wide open look for Freak. Not enough on that one as it misses. Milwaukee leading by 6. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. And the layup's good off the glass. Mayo's got his second bucket.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
The Bucks shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Shot from 12. And that one goes long. 1 second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Bucks ahead, up 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some noise for yours.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bucks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Parker, and it's Mayo in for Chris Middleton. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Mahinmi. C.J. Miles comes in for Jordan Hill. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And Freak subbed in for Hill. Monroe is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Mayo. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks put forth a nice effort. He had 6 points, and part of that scoring came from beyond the arc, adding a few threes to his already impressive season total. It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Miles kicks to George. Here's Freak. No good off the front iron. Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Miles dishes to Stuckey. Freak with it. Now Mayo defending. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And here's a look at some stats for Rodney Stuckey. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
And the Bucks making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Plumlee with the screen. Hill against Mayo. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And it's 7 points for O.J. Mayo. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Hill passes to Freak. Rebound by Greg Monroe.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Bayless. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
This is his first free throw of the game.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in.
And the first half is now in the books. Bucks lead by 8.
And now, come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Monroe has been putting up.
Indiana making some changes. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And Freak subbed in for Hill. On the court for Indiana. Freak in at point guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then there's Hill. And it's Ellis at the 2. Here's Carter-Williams. And he lays it straight in. Carter-Williams has got 5 now.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Dishes it to Henson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pick up by Hill. Now here's Freak. He's got 5. He feeds it to Hill from 13, and he gets it to go. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Puts it up from 12. Buries the jump shot. Monroe's got 14 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. At his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. No points on that miss. Puts him at 7 for 13 from the floor. Ellis, the pass to Miles. He kicks it to Freak. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one 3-point attempt last season. That tells you that he's starting to mature.
Pacers trail by 4. Here's Ellis. And that one's good. Ellis has got 12 in the game.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Carter Williams with the bucket.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team compound.
And that one's good. Freak.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Basket Carter Williams. To the paint. The Pacers pull it in. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left them no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And the Bucks with some changes. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Carter Williams. Then for the Pacers, Turner's checked in for George. C.J. Miles comes in for Hill. And Freak subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Jarrett Bayless is out there with Mayo. And it's Monroe in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
Here's Mahinmi, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And so the Bucks take the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Greg Monroe.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instrument.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has been a wild ride. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Now the playoffs begin on 2K Sports. See you back for that.
can't believe the regular season's done. Some of those games I can barely remember. But we did it. We made the playoffs. And tonight, I make my postseason date.